Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, all U.S. Constitution members out there. We the people, for the people, by the people. U.S. Constitution protects all lives matter incorporated. One of the supporters of the U.S. Constitution and America, and Donald J. Trump, J.D. Vance, our President and Vice President of the United States of America. United States of America. We the people, for the people, by the people. Our founding fathers, who hundreds of years ago drafted a doctrine that was inspired by our religious beliefs, the laws that were inspired to be applied as they are today, that were inspired by God. Christianity is a religion. It's a way of life. It's our culture in America. Not Islam and not Sharia law. If they want to practice that, you can go to another country. But in America, we practice one thing and one thing only. In God we trust, and the United States constitutional vested rights of every citizen born in this country. Granted, we have had what they call the Trojan horse that was put in here by the Obama administration, backed up by the Iranians and the Islamic fundamentalists, who have now engaged in an open religious war against Christianity, not just in the United States, but throughout the world. On October 4th, we will address such at Columbus Park. We will kick off October, which is a tribute to Christopher Columbus. This is why this insignia here. We are Knights of Columbus, the protectors of Christianity. We, the people, for the people, by the people. Remember one thing. We do not observe Sharia law. We do not observe any religious rights. We respect one's beliefs, and so does the United States under the First Amendment. But there is no place in the United States for Sharia law. This is an abomination, and if you attempt to apply such, it's an act of treason. Such act of treason was committed by Patrisse Cullors, Rosa Opal, Mr. Newsom, all of Black Lives Matter members, and Barack Hussein Obama, who is the individual advisor, or as we say, the consigliere to a domestic terrorist organization, and who is also is the advisor to Antifa. Mr. Obama administration and the Biden administration was one. Barack Hussein Obama was still in charge of the White House while Joe Biden was in office. He was a senile gentleman, or I shouldn't say gentleman, because he offended Christianity. He violated Christian laws, violated Roman Catholicism. He should be excommunicated from the church publicly. And anyone who supports or gets involved with such programs like the FBI SIA program is mandatory to be excommunicated from the ranks of the Roman Catholic Church and any Christian church, and should be banned by law from any Christian burial. Christians are to promulgate the church, not, and I'll say again, not destroy such individuals' rights to bear children. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the juncture of October 4th, which is still pending. Mayor Mamdani administration still hasn't given the permits approval to U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter Incorporated founder Kevin Rizzoli, but they are pending. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the way it's going today, it seems that Islamic faith people can do what they want, when they want, how they want, and where they want, regardless of the right to assemble policies that have been in place for many years. These people who violate that, they're still in this country. I know Italian Americans that were, how do you say, thrown out of the country for just with a wave, because the individual FBI agents depicted that to be some sort of signal. Or what type of signal, Mr. FBI rogue agents working undercover for COINTELPRO operations, Project M, is when you falsify an individual's lab reports, as was done in the Federal Bureau of Prisons and by BOP and US DOJ employees and FBI lab technicians on Kevin Rizzoli, the founder of U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter. Where was the law when a arrest warrant was issued for a black race male named Kevin Rizzoli, who you arrested in 2010 in his office in Hunts Point Terminal Market, Row D, Bronx, New York, 10474. Do I look black to you? Because I am Kevin Rizzoli, a Knight of Columbus, a member of the American Legion, and the founder of U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter Incorporated. I'm the one who Barack Hussein Obama ordered indicted in 2012 and prosecuted for a falsified charge of allegedly spitting on a U.S. Marshal. Allegedly spitting on it. No DNA, no medical reports, no nothing. But in that prosecution, there was a false Army jacket, a career jacket, that was handed over during discovery, where such Judge Denise Coate refused to throw out the indictment. Instead, she let the prosecution go through, all because I was exposing COINTELPRO, Project M in the Federal Bureau of Prisons on targeted Italian Americans and Sicilians who refused to cooperate with the government, who refused to lie for the likes of Rudolph Giuliani, Michael Chertoff, Chris Christie. All three of them, you see, that I named are Republicans. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you see the color I wear, red? Republican. We are fair people. I'm a fair person. And you give credit where credit is due. But you also give wrong where wrong is due. And the falsification of documents and lies by Charlie Rose of the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, under the guidance of Rudolph Giuliani, during the prosecution of Gaetano Badalamenti and so many others, used false information and perjury lies to obtain custody of certain people and certain Sicilians from other countries to be prosecuted in the United States of America. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a violation of law. As Giuliani seen, the RICO Act turned against him. Well, there's some more rogue agents that I have to turn against the RICO Act against them and release it on them. Those agents belong to the Federal Bureau of Prisons and are rogue agents within the FBI's office in Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, and California and Texas. So, ladies and gentlemen, October 4th, we will see what goes on, and we will see how America reacts to our preservation of Christopher Columbus, his dignity, his honor, and the person who chartered and took the risk to circumnavigate the world to come to the new land, the very land which we walk upon today. The very land that Barack Hussein Obama chose to turn over to Muslims who are terrorists. The very land who our forefathers fought for this country, as well as myself, was overseas, only to have Barack Hussein Obama and a band of Islamic terrorists under his guidance come in and try to ruin the United States Constitution and overthrow the United States government. To have our court system invaded by Obama loyalists, which such cover-up is blatant, and we will pass out those court documents from the Southern District of New York and the documents from the pending appeal which Judge Lyman and Judge Ricardo in case Rizzoli versus TQL Logistics et al. Was sandbagged and covered up by rogue individuals working in the court system. The Seventh Amendment doesn't exist in Judge Lyman's court or Ricardo's court. They held hearings by via phone, which probably AI was used. I was refused to present documentary proof, refused to present witnesses at 2 hearings. The court issued subpoenas to have real-time and surround sound surveillance footage and body cam footage turned over to me. They refused. And on August 5th, 2026, they refused to show up for depositions, and so many hosts of other stuff that is such a blatant violation of law and condoned by a federal judge who now should be brought before the Senate and impeached for violating congressional language governing Article 3 courts, Article 3, subsection 1, 2, and 3. And the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, as well as equal protection and application of law, which was well settled in 1803 by the U.S. Supreme Court in Marbury versus Madison, 5 U.S. 137, 1803. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this pending appeal in the Second Circuit, 26-1868, no panel assigned yet, but a lot of stuff that was e-filed was altered, sidetracked, and wasn't even given. So again, ladies and gentlemen, let's call the Senate to do what the Senate's supposed to do. Impeach these judges that were appointed by Barack Hussein Obama. Thank you very much. God bless America. And God bless Christians who support America and the U.S. Constitution and our founding fathers. God bless the troops serving domestically and abroad to make sure such Constitution is maintained. God bless you.